Yo, yo, we're back. I wanted something that isn't monophonic, where it's like just one note. This one you can play as many tones as you want. But I'm probably now just going to mess with this particular one. Okay, so that sounds best to me. Sounds like the second. Yeah, it's got none of the second oscillator. So now I'm bringing in that second oscillator and also trying to find it. Okay, so it's getting somewhere. Now maybe I'll add some delay. Now we've got some. Maybe that's too much, but yeah, now maybe I'll bring this down to like 66 BPMs or something. And let's just I'll play around with some chords. We'll probably get something that that'll dig. Even with the mess up, I think that's like gonna be perfect for what I'm gonna be going for here. Yeah, and I mean, I can see where I can just like pull this, move that. It's the crazy part of Ableton is they've really made it like stupid easy compared to how it was even when I first started working in these type of programs. They've got it to a science. So now got our little piece here. Yeah, I'm cool with that. And now maybe let's so now I'm trying to get the bass. So I'm going to duplicate this channel here, delete this, and I'll quickly mark that as bass. This is bass, right? I don't know what this is. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to use I think I'll just use the same, basically the same notes pretty much for this part. Little bit too heavy. Okay, let's try this one. So yeah, just not feeling any of those. So yeah, sometimes that'll happen where it's just not really much going with the bass side of that. So I'm just going to try some different things with drums here. Let's grab a kick. So try this kind of airy one. That's probably why it's called Oxygen. Very digital sounding thing there. Now I'll throw in a clap. And we can try this one as our deal with that. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and loop this part. So yeah, I'm going to try to do something along the lines of that for my main beat here. And we'll have that. Nice with the drum rack. I can just put it on that. One idea I had, which this could be interesting, is to take this, pitch it down like 12. Maybe even more. And then take this and really let's go back up and see. Now we can what I'm going to do here is I'm going to side chain it to this kick, which I'm going to actually turn this off because I'm just going to use it to control something, and we'll have that sound come through. And so now using that, I can go over to this bass, side chain it from the kick. I dig that. Getting some of the routing of that down, so this can act first and then have the other processes happen after that. Probably do a little mixing. This is pretty muddy. I'm wondering what the treble frequencies are in here. Sounds already pretty bad. And so what this can do is you can kind of hear what the bad frequencies, which might be hurting your mix. Okay, so that one's pretty bad too. I think getting rid of those. Yeah. Probably added one, maybe a little top line thing here. Yeah, let's try something like that. I'm just going to call this texture. Just try something over the top, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see. Alright. I think that was weird, but just kind of what I was going with. So let's run it all. Ooh, and also it's got all this funky stuff on it, so we can turn it. You know, like I said, just do some kind of rough mixing, probably turn the drums down. Turn this piece down. Alright. So yeah, I'll save something like that. That's pretty cool. Let's go with that for the name. I think I've had one time where I've gotten a duplicate, maybe, and I just thought of something different, but it's bound to happen more and more. So we'll render that out. Let's close that. Oh. Ableton, what the hell is that about? Well, they probably would say I'm not using the most up-to-date shit, and I wouldn't have much of a response to that. Alright, so pretty cool. We'll quickly save. Go over in here. Alright. I'm going to update that to this proper information. Yeah, so we're going to name this pretty cool. Copy that. Oh. I did not want to do that. That's fine, but I did want to create a folder for this. And I guess this is going to get really mad at me. This could crash it, actually. Let's see what happens. Was it able to figure out where I am? I'm going to reopen it for one. I think I've done that in the past and it crashed, so whoever figured that out, good on you. Oh no, this isn't it though. We'll just delete that. That needs to go. And, oh yeah. I think it didn't like that. Froze for a second, but I got out. Let's hope this is the right thing. Okay. So what should we do here? Bit rusty. I haven't done one of these in a while. Well, now that I got the new renderer looking really nice, thanks to the great user JMTZ, I think is their name. Shouts out them because they figured out exactly how to render for Instagram. And of course, I was an idiot. I was using too high of settings with my 7 megabytes limits, even though it's supposed to be anyway. So scaling some of that down actually made it look better. So one of the things that always used to look like really like crap was anytime I would do any wireframe stuff, like you couldn't really see how it was like wireframed at all. So I wonder if this will work. So I guess, you know, it'd be cool just to grid probably in wireframe mode. Might look really cool. With some noise. Just really simple. No, way smaller noise. Slow it down. Gotta turn these things on. So this is display, and then that renders it, tells it to actually render. Let's move our camera in to fill this up. I'm going to give it the material wireframe. I don't know why this was added. I don't really know, because you already have these modes within the geometry. But I don't know, it's cool that they added it. There's two different types of wireframe. There's OpenGL tessellated wireframe, which in my experience tends to be pretty good. And then there's topology wireframe, which you see will get rid of those extra lines, which I think these lines are cool, and this is what makes this look cool. So we're going to keep those lines. And that's really, I mean, beyond that, that's really all I wanted to do. Maybe I'll do some different things with changing the shapes. Perhaps that's what we'll do. We'll have a little shape changer. Right now I'm just giving it a black background because otherwise it'll have that transparent background. Now we've got that. The other thing is we could control the noise too, because putting in some parameters in here to change your stuff would be pretty cool. So maybe that's what I'll do. Instead of changing the grid, we'll keep that grid and we'll play with the actual noise itself. And let's get this so it's like pretty much full screen. Yeah, I want it to be like taking over the screen. Yeah. Okay, cool. So to do that, I'm just going to go in here, and I added this into my default file. I recommend everyone do this, but if you ever did have to actually go and find where this is, I think it's in here, in MIDI, there's like, you can see I have my device added. If that's not in your file, the device won't even show up. So you have to go in here into the MIDI device mapper and add in that device and do all this stuff. But I found I was using it a lot, and this is kind of right next to my little setup is my little MIDI controller, so that's how I'm able to get that in. And then you just spin the dials to get them to show up here, and then usually the first thing I do is throw in a math to change it from its 127 range, which is what MIDI is, to 1. And then I usually will just put a null at the end of that for my output. And honestly, for noise stuff, like 1 is pretty much what it's going to be anyway. So, you know, I'll have this be... seed's kind of dangerous with this, but we'll put period as our first thing to control. So this will, I've got control of the period now. Harmonics, I think, what do they have this go up to? 10. So what I'll do with this is I'll put that in, but I'll times... Well, let's see. This is controlling. So yeah, we'll put this in, and I'll do this sometimes. Now I'll have this times 10. So depending on what it's doing, that'll increase pretty dramatically. Roughness for a third one here. Fourth one will be exponent. And then amplitude and offset, we'll leave those. And now you'll see we'll have some pretty dramatic control over our noise here. Now I really wonder if this is going to show up, because as you can see, this is like a lot of crazy colors, and like I hope it does, but part of me wonders if it will. But this will be a good test to test it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jam. Just going to have fun and do a little jam here. I'm going to write in the name of the movie, where default 0 is. I'm going to write Pretty Cool 1. And I'm going to do 1 pass at it. And I've got all my settings lined up down here. So here we go. So jamming. You know, kind of showing different craziness. Oof, I really like that one. That looks like it's like breaking down like floor plans or something. Anyway, noise and geometry just are like match made in heaven. Like, you can just do so much. You could rock a whole DJ set just with this. Like, look at all the different shapes and colors, and, well, no colors because it's black and white, but as soon as I started to do some RGB delay and shift and stuff, this would get really intense in terms of colors and whatnot. So honestly, I think that's probably going to be a pretty good scene. So now we'll capture some images. So I'll save an image here. I'll go to daily images. We'll go down to PNG. Type Pretty Cool 1. Type in the time for that. Mix it up. Change some of the settings here. Really get some weird effects. Do my second one. Change, change, change. I'm getting some craziness. So probably, even the picture will probably have trouble with that. And then for the fourth one, because this is so crazy, we'll do another one of those. Now I'm going to save and quit that. Now into Premiere. Alright, so I'm loading this up. Keep that same title in case I ever need to dig this one up. Well, usually I would need to dig up the Touchdesigner or the music file before I'd ever need to dig up the Premiere file. So there's only one clip. I drop that in. Put in the song, drop that in, and take the clip, and we're going to turn that speed from 2 minutes And because that was pretty long, I'm going to say let's do 15 for that, because this will be pretty. Wow, so this is going to look great. So yeah, I want to make sure I'm not tied to the time. All right. Shrink this down. Once I shrink this down, you can see surprisingly goes pretty well with it, although your eyes and brain really do want to sync stuff together. I've found you can just, any show, you're just like, oh wow, that was synced up, but I think it's just your brain just helping the VJ out. So I'm putting a crossfade. I'm gonna render that out now. JMTZ, again, shout out. My last two renders have looked awesome. This is the first one where I'm really testing it though. So I'll be able to report back if this looks good or not. Export that. And then, you know, I usually go back and I'll just do the tester to make sure it looks good. And the sound's playing and all that. So go in there, grab this piece. Alright, so this is, you can see it did chop it down, but this is still way better than anything I've ever gotten. So we'll see if it keeps this same quality. That's still nowhere near what it looked like on my end, so that's always strange, but anyway, yeah, that's that. Thanks so much for watching this stream. I'm trying to do streams all this week. I'll be around 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard. So, yeah, tune back in, and yeah, we'll definitely see how that works. If I can keep moving with this setup. I mean, it looked pretty good. Although it's crazy how different that looks from this, you know. But it's just getting it into that style of that format that we lose the quality. So I don't know. I'll have to find a place to like upload my proper stuff where it actually looks how it should. Still haven't really found a solid solution for that. YouTube does a lot of compression stuff. I've heard Vimeo's good, but I also don't make any money, so. But thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to keep doing these, pushing it. I think good stuff's happening, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.